Greetings, New Berlin students.
Welcome.
This is Wyatt and Ori, and we're gonna be ranking colors today.
We sure are.
Yeah.
So
let's do
the
let's do let's do the scissoring.
rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Oh,
I
okay,
got
he
it.
won for the first.
Okay, so number one color that I got in my draft is purple. Purple
That's a good one.
has the most aura out of any color, I think. You know, it's the color basically of the universe. And you see all these galaxy and nebula and stars and stuff. They're purple. It's pretty cool.
Okay, I'll go next. My first color is blue, and I'll give my reasoning in a second. Dylan, come on, we have a special guest with us. And Hallie, hey, this is Dylan Walton, and this is Hallie. Say hi, guys. Say hi.
What's up?
Okay. We're ranking colors.
colors.
What's your guys' favorite colors?
Black.
I actually have purple.
Black? What?
I have
black?
purple
Why
as
black?
my one too.
Black?
Why black?
Why black?
Yeah,
I just like that color.
she likes black.
Yeah, that's
She likes
Fourth
black.
for you?
I'm not a big fan of red.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining on the
How
podcast
we doing,
this
guys?
week. Okay, the reason I picked blue is because it's just a great color.
It's a great
It's
color.
a great color.
It's a great color.
It's a great color.
Because Miss Gray's right there.
Featuring Miss Gray. Say hi, Miss Gray. Okay.
Okay.
All right, next pick.
Okay. My number two color that I have is red. Now I feel like the same thing. You know, red has a lot of aura.
Yeah.
You know, like you see,
Lots
like
of aura.
these villains. They're all they got red layers and stuff. And, you know, blood. Our blood is red. You know,
Yeah.
it keeps us alive.
Yeah, that's true.
We have red pumping through our veins.
Yeah, we have red in our body. Okay. My next pick is pink. I picked pink because it shows a lot of meaning in like breast cancer, and you see all those shirts like back in the day where they're like pink is a man's color or something like that.
Because
So
it is.
It is, yeah. So that's why I picked pink in number two.
Okay. My number three is teal. You know, it's kind of, well, I guess I could say blue, but I can't say blue because you already took it. But teal is like
It's like greenish blue.
yeah, it's like a calming
pretty.
color. You know, like there's a lot of beaches and stuff. Like you get like that really teal, crystal clear water, and it's just like a relaxing color. And I like to relax.
I love to relax. I love it. My next pick, Hallie said it already, but it is black. I picked black because it goes with any color. If you have an outfit, if you have at least one piece of black, it'll go with any other color. So you can wear black with any outfit, and I think that's the best. And black is just aura.
Yeah. Well, so for my number four, I actually have white.
White. Oh.
Yeah.
Black versus white.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, technically, white isn't a color in and of itself. It's like all the colors on the spectrum. But I think it's aura. You know, you got like the marble and stuff. Like marble is white, and white is like it's a very clean color. You know, you can pretty much wear white with anything as well.
Yeah.
And
I love whites.
I really like it.
I love my tidy whities.
Okay.
Next up, I got green. I have green because it's the color of nature, and there's just so much peace to it. When you go outside and you look out at all the green grass and the green trees and the green flowers and the green road and the green
The
school.
green road.
Yeah. Anyways, you see green, you feel like a sense of peace. So that's why I picked green.
Yeah. So I actually had green for my number five, but I'll change it. I'll change it to orange because you know it's my school color. You know, really like that. Orange is like an exciting color as well. Like when I think of being excited, I think orange. And there's a crap ton of albums and stuff that feature the color orange.
Yeah, like Channel Orange,
Yeah.
Frank Ocean.
That's okay.
A potato
album.
flew
Yeah.
around my room. Okay. Actually, if you look at my list, all the colors have been used. So I'm just gonna freeball. I'm gonna say brown, cause brown. Like when I think of brown, I think of like wood. What? When I think of brown, I think of wood, and wood smells good. And I also think of coconuts.
Wood does smell
And
good.
coconuts taste good.
They don't.
So, wood smells good. Coconuts taste good. Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
To the podcast today.
Places to go. Ireland, presented by Keeley. So we're going to discuss cities, historical sites, and not so much museums, but more like famous artworks. So top 5 cities is Galway, Dublin, Westport, Carlisle, and Cork. Those are more of like the popular, bigger cities, but as Ireland is smaller, there's not so many to go to unless you go to like the itty bitty ones. So here's pictures of those. Lots of them are obviously on water for obvious reasons, as it is an island. Some of the historical sites is Rock of Cashel, the Great Skellig, some like island off the coast of it that's like really pretty or something, and I can't pronounce that, and then the Cliffs of Moher. So not all of them are as like historical sites as buildings, but more like landmarks you should go see. So here those are. The Rock of is more of a castle, and I switched the Great Skellig with the other one. That one's like the island rock, while the one I couldn't pronounce is an abandoned prison that you can actually go toward. And then the Cliffs of Moher is just a really pretty like cliffs, obviously, but it is a scene from a movie too. But I'm gonna let you guys figure that one out. And then not so much museums because I don't have a whole bunch, but more so like artworks that you can see in Ireland or like done by is The Taking of Christ, A Ship Against the Mewstone, A Single Sailboat, Maud Gonne, and The Meeting on the Turret Stairs. So here's those. So The Taking of Christ, The Ship, The Sailboat. The Sailboat is actually by Monet, and he's one of like my favorite painters. Maud Gonne, and then The Meeting. So as I said, I really like Monet. Love his art style and everything. But then the ship one reminds me of another painting I love, and it's called The Ship on the Stormy Seas, and it's painted by Ivan, some Russian last name I can't pronounce. But that one really reminds me of it, but it's another good artwork. And thank you for listening.
Hi, welcome to our podcast. This is Caitlin Live and Lauren Klump. And today we are going to be talking about different sporting events like at the college level, pro level,
High school.
yeah. Talk about it all.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, what is your favorite sporting event to like watch?
I'd probably say football.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like, it gets rough, and I think that's sometimes interesting. And I don't know, like watching it from like the sidelines as a cheerleader, it's really nice. But there are some negatives to it. So, how about you? What is your favorite sport to watch?
Probably basketball.
Okay, and that's my second. So, yeah.
I like being inside because honestly, being outside, like sometimes the weather's good and then it's great, and then sometimes the weather's bad.
Yeah.
Like
No, I agree completely.
in football, just I don't understand football. Like whenever, at least when I'm cheering,
Yeah.
I like don't really. I pay attention to the game, but I'm also like, I don't know. It's not boring, but if I'm just on the in the stands, I feel like it'd be really boring.
Yes. I also enjoy volleyball.
But yeah,
Yes,
actually,
I could never play it, but I do understand volleyball, and I like watching it, especially if the teams are good.
It's just like when I watch volleyball, I'm just like, how do they do it?
I know.
I
think this goes for every sport, but watching teams that are actually good and know what they're doing is important too, because like it could be any sport, and if both the teams are bad, then like I'm
Mhm.
automatically gonna be like checked out of the game.
Yeah.
So.
I like baseball.
Mhm.
Baseball is just like just long.
Yeah.
And
I
then
like baseball. It just sometimes can get a little repetitive and boring for me. But like I don't hate it.
it's it's not bad whenever the weather's nice, but then like
Mhm.
when it's 3 hours long,
Same with football.
I want to cry.
Yep.
But do you understand basketball a lot?
Um yes and no. I mean, I do get confused obviously. I don't really know like how to play. I don't know all the rules, but I know some of the basic ones. And like same with football, but like I do get confused sometimes with that. Do you know like what sport would you say that you don't know like what's going on like a lot of the time?
Football.
Football.
Football,
Okay.
I
That's
definitely don't
relatable.
know.
Especially because like they're out on the field and so like it's far away. Like you don't hear like the things. Like if someone gets like in trouble for saying something to a ref, nobody's gonna know that far away.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can just be like you feel like super secluded compared to like a baseball or like basketball game, like when you're more close. I mean, if you're an outfield for baseball, then you're not that close, but
I definitely like cheering basketball better than
Mhm.
football.
and I can understand that because you're inside. That's like one of the main points.
And I actually feel like I know what's like happening when I'm like closer, and it's a
Mhm.
lot shorter too.
Yeah. Another sport that I kind of forgot that I watch a lot because of my sister is soccer. I That's another sport I'm not the best at, but I think it's very interesting. Like I know like the basic rules, but it's so interesting and it's such an aggressive sport, honestly, which is funny because like you're just kicking a ball around, but I do like watching soccer, especially when you're watching someone that you know. And I think that's for every sport. We were talking about that the other day, but when you're watching a sport and like you know one of the players like personally, it's even better.
Yeah, like I feel like it gets really boring if you're watching it and you don't actually
Mhm.
know the player, and it's just kind of like, okay, what am I
Yeah.
watching? But yeah, whenever I went to one of your sister's soccer games, I was like really intrigued by it.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like you have to be really athletic. I could never.
Yeah, it's a lot of running
hmm
and aggressive.
So something I really like to watch is like competitive cheer, like All Star. I
Yes.
mean, I know we do competitive cheer and we're like pretty good, honestly. Not to like, you know,
Yeah.
but watching like some of the stunts and like skills that people
Like the
have,
all-star cheerleaders.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like crazy. And like my favorite senior elite,
Yeah.
definitely they always happen.
Yes. They have boys and girls out there. They're tumbling, they're stunting. Their like routine is just a lot more
hmm
like paced very fast.
Depends
So
on like the division. Like senior elite doesn't have boys, but
I feel like can be like argued, but uh competitive cheer routine, you cannot get bored during it at all. It is like 3 minutes packed of so many skills. And
yeah,
there's music playing, all of it. It's great.
and it's like you can say cheer is not a sport. Like sideline cheer, it's not a sport, but competitive cheer is.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's not a ball or anything in it, and that's typically what people say is a sport if it has a ball.
Yeah.
But like if you see the people and like how athletic they are and all the stuff they do, like it's
Mhm.
it's a sport.
Yeah.
And also another thing I wanted to mention is golf.
Yes.
So boring.
Yeah, it's boring, but you have to be skilled to play golf. I like I go and play golf and I suck. Like you have to have like a special talent to be like to play golf. It is boring. I'm sure when you're playing it it's not, but like watching golf is very boring, but you have to have that skill and it's crazy.
Yeah, Lauren is really bad at golf.
I'm really bad at golf.
She's really bad at golf. I am
Yeah.
too, but it's so like it's so long and boring.
Yes.
Like I could never.
I think like every single athlete, depending on what sport you play, you have to have a certain gift. And that's what's just so interesting about every single sport. Like a basketball player couldn't be a soccer player and like vice versa. I mean, if you're a multi-sport athlete, but like I'm just, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thank you for listening.